Hello, my fellow flawless, limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How are you on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? I hope you're all doing fabulous, and I hope you're all choosing to be versions of yourself that have exactly what you want. If you're new here, how you doing? I'm Kimberly, and I'm absolutely obsessed with getting what I want and knowing everything and anything about manifestation. And if you are too, I would love for you to subscribe and come back and see me if you think you can handle all this sass. And I think you can. I would really love for you to let me know in the comments below that you subscribe, because YouTube doesn't always tell me who all the individuals are. If you would like to work with me in any way, shape, or form, all of that information is in the drop box below, including my 3 fabulous channel memberships. I'll keep it short. I really highly encourage you to join the VIP, the Advanced Manifestors group, because that is the group that deep dives manifestation to deepen your understanding, to then, therefore, stop shitting yourself over the 3D so you can get comfortable with life and enjoy your life as you are becoming a new version of yourself, the version of yourself that has exactly what you're manifesting. Yeah, just saying. That group also gives you access to the other 2 channel memberships. We have the exclusive lives group. That's the group where we only talk success stories and tips and tricks. And that group is a vibe. To be honest, they're all a vibe. But Tuesday nights are like hanging out together with a glass of wine in my living room. And there are some people who actually bring that wine to the channel membership sessions. And it is so much fun. If you need encouragement along your journey, I really, really, really encourage you to look into those memberships, as well as we do have that hot seat group. The hot seat group is where, sounds like the title, that you can get yourself into the hot seat and ask me anything you want about your circumstances, your manifestation, anything like that. And please know that that group does come with a trigger warning because we talk about circumstances. Again, if you would like to join any of those, that info's in that drop box below too. Okay, let's move on. What are we going to talk about today? Today, we're going to talk about something I think that I've talked about before, and I'm sure others have talked about before, but I do think we get into a place where we forget and we blow it off. And we're going to bring it back to the front of your minds today, since, of course, from your perspective, I'm reflecting you, right? Clearly, you got some sass in you if you're watching this video, but think about your day-to-day life. You know you're on a manifestation journey. You're aware of it. You are aware that you are choosing to be a version of yourself that has your desire. But in the meantime, you got to live your life and you got to interact with your 3D. And sometimes that can feel tricky. That can feel tricky. I would like you to think about how, when circumstances are coming into your reality, or when life in general is happening, like when you're getting into traffic or going into work and you got the annoying coworkers, how are you responding to all of that still? Now, again, this video is not trying to tell you that you need to be perfect or that you need to love every person that you interact with. Clearly, we all have individual personalities. We might not love everybody. Okay? We might not, and that's okay. But how we're viewing reality kind of does matter. And there's really what I feel a simple solution to getting reality to quickly change and reflect more positively so that you can enjoy your ass. But I think we blow this off, just kind of like we get numb to that phrase of circumstances don't matter. We kind of get numb to that. And when circumstances present themselves, we think they matter. So as we are doing in the Advanced Manifestors group, we are reading Reality Transurfing in 78 Days by Vadim Zeland. And you know, I'm going to talk about one of the principles of that book. And it's number 31, the Oyster Effect. People tend to gladly express an attitude of discontent when they feel they have good cause to, and yet respond almost indifferently when something good happens, almost as if they take that for granted. Overall, people are not conscious of this tendency. They are reacting like an oyster out of habit. Now, step up a notch from the oyster. Wake up and make use of the advantage of consciously expressing your relationship to life. I choose the colors for my personal reality with intention. Irrespective of the circumstances, I attune myself to a major key. I do this consciously rather than reacting in a primitive way to external irritants. By controlling the pattern of your thoughts, you control reality. If you don't, reality will control you. And I love that principle because I'm sure there are some of you out there who can agree. And I'll be honest, this is exactly who I used to be before I was really understanding manifestation and really applying it and understanding states of consciousness. I would go out and about in my day-to-day life. Obviously, I used to have a separate outside job. I had to go there and work my, my full-time hours every week. And I remember that the moments that I was doing my manifestation techniques, okay, they felt like that was something separate I was doing. And then I would go back to my normal life. And that's how I viewed my reality. This is my real life. And I'd go interact. And when things would bother me, number one, I had some anger issues. It was very easy for me to be angry anytime something was not the way I wanted. So aside from that, it was very easy for me to react negatively when I was experiencing anything that I saw as an inconvenience or someone hurting me or upsetting me. And I would respond with negative reactions, with negative feelings and emotions instantly. Not a problem. Passionately as well. But when good things were happening, or even when I was experiencing a neutral day where like nothing eventful was really happening, nothing to be overjoyed about and nothing to be upset about. But even in the days where good things were happening, number one, let's just be real, it was hard for me to even notice when good things were happening. And I'm talking about small things too, okay? Simple, small things. Like in traffic when someone lets you cut in, okay? So you're not stuck waiting to join. I'm talking trivial things, right? I would completely blow those moments off. Now, granted, this is not a video telling you that you need to celebrate every time someone, lets you cut into traffic. I'm saying how easily we blow that kind of stuff off. Someone letting you skip ahead in the line, someone maybe buying a coffee for you, someone just being, overly nice to you, giving you a compliment that you can tell is genuine. Other things in day-to-day life that we could easily see them as positive. We become numb to them. We blow them off. They are not important in a sense. They're not important. They don't stand out. And they didn't stand out to me either. And why is that? Well, number one, basic manifestation knowledge. I was always in a victim state, and that's the truth. I was a victim. And I viewed reality consistently from a victim state. So my filter was skewed that way. The negative, upsetting things stood out like neon lights to me. And all my attention, all my focus would always be drawn to those things. But when nice, even some just basic bitch, friendly, courtesy type of moments with other people in reality, I would just be like, yeah, so, okay, great. Yep. Thanks for letting me cut in line. Again, I know it's kind of a lame example, but just hear me out. My response would be like, oh yeah, thanks, dude. I'd give the wave of appreciation. But inside, I really wasn't appreciating. Inside, I did not care. Inside, that moment wouldn't stand out as a big deal to me. All right, yeah, you let me cut in. Thanks. But my life still sucks. I still don't have my specific person. Things don't seem to be working out for me. Think about that. how do you view your reality? Now, we started a challenge yesterday, so I highly encourage you to go watch yesterday's video where we are taking the time at minimum 3 times a day, or 3 times a day at minimum, of reminding yourself that you are source, bringing that to your attention. Well, I don't think it could hurt. And again, not trying to give you any pressure, but I don't think it would hurt if we started viewing our world, our reality as taking care of us, working for us. You've heard me say before, give everything a good meaning. Give everything a good meaning, because the moment you make a decision to be a certain version of yourself, that's it. You shift to that reality, that version, that state. So from there, when we view our reality, we can comfortably know that every single thing we experience is leading to your outcome. Now, granted, I've said that a million times if you've been on my channel, but this is along with bearing in mind that you are source. It is certainly going to serve you that if you start affirming to yourself that, again, you don't have to use this exact affirmation, but the world takes care of you. Everything is always working out for you. Everything is working to your benefit. The world, reality, is bending to take care of you. Because guess what? It is. That even negative circumstances, when they come in, they might not make sense. And it's okay if you've already had a response to them or a reaction to them. But the bigger picture is, more than likely, that circumstance was somehow moving, shaping you to become the version of yourself that can have your desire. Well, can you imagine if you start consciously being aware that reality, the world, is working for your benefit? And again, you're bringing that to your focus, to your attention, not as an extra job, not as something that you feel like you have to do in order to get your desire. No, I'm saying, first of all, outside of the fact that, manifestation, conscious manifestation, awareness is a lifestyle. It is how you live your life. It's not just to get your specific person or whatever it is, your manifestation. It's bigger than that. So can you imagine if you were bringing your focus instead to really labeling everything as somehow working out for you, somehow you're going to benefit to it? I have had countless people that I have coached tell me that they've taken my advice on that, and they started actually noticing and experiencing results that equate to my reality really is taking care of me. It's all in how you perceive things. When we perceive reality, circumstances, as something doing it to us in a negative way, again, this isn't toxic positivity. This isn't trying to make yourself feel bad because maybe you've had a bad day. This isn't trying to say that you've got to always be happy. But your life is going to radically change if you start viewing every single thing you're experiencing as somehow it's working to your benefit, but consciously choosing that for yourself. So when a shit circumstance pops up, like my old self would negatively react to it, instead it's saying, it's okay if I'm upset. It's okay if I have a cry or I get angry. But right now in this moment, this doesn't make sense to me why it's in my reality, but it must somehow work to my benefit. It must somehow be working for me. I'm telling you, just like I said in the challenge video, that you're going to notice results. You're going to notice changes because you are source. You are really in charge of what you're experiencing out here. We might not be in charge of how things unfold, but can you imagine if you started that new habit of viewing reality as working for you, as taking care of you? Can you imagine if you started doing that? You see, my life would have been completely different if I had stopped viewing reality in every single circumstance that popped in my life as shitty, as negative, as working against me, probably would have saw results a hell of a lot faster way back when. But I do choose to view reality as working for me now. So even now, I can look back at those moments and have a positive spin on it. It worked out exactly the way it was supposed to do. In other words, I don't chastise myself for my old self. My old self is what got me here. So let's take a conscious move, a conscious effort, but effort in a good way, not effort as in work, of really trying to see the world is taking care of you. Like Vadim Zeland says, that if you are believing that the world is a scary place, the world is a violent place, well, that's probably the reflection we're going to experience in reality. So let's use our harnessing power. That didn't make any sense. So let's take the power that we have as source and start labeling our reality to our fucking benefit. You have nothing but everything to gain from this. It's life-changing. That's what we're doing here. It's changing our lives to our benefit. How do you view reality? Do you lose your shit every time something pops up? This isn't to judge yourself. It's to take an honest look at, holy shit, what filter am I viewing reality from? Could that be why I feel like I haven't experienced my desire yet? Listen, I know people are in all different places in their journey, right? We're all at our own individual places. But I will tell you that my old self, where she was, she hated her surroundings. She hated her life. She believed she only had one thing that was, amazing. She only had one amazing, wonderful thing in her life. And that was her child, which is still in my life, but that was all I had, or at least that's what I believed. And I viewed everything else as shit, on top of blaming myself for being in the positions I was in back then. My whole life is completely different. I am a completely different person. If you're not new here, I know you've heard me say that before, but if you are new, my God, my life has done a complete 180. I am no different than you, meaning I don't have any special power. I just started applying conscious manifesting to my life. I made a decision. I was determined to have change in my life. And I know you're determined because you're watching content. So let's start labeling our reality as taking care of us, working for us, whatever phrase works best for you. Not trying to add affirmations to your life. I'm not trying to make it more difficult. I am trying to tell you that you are the source of your reality. You are the source of your experience. And the way you choose to view life matters. The way you're perceiving reality matters. And if you're manifesting someone, if you're manifesting a specific person, and it feels like things aren't working, how do you view reality outside of that manifestation? How do you view it? Are you viewing it as it sucks? This world sucks. This life sucks. Nothing seems to be working. I don't believe in coincidences. It's not a coincidence. Change your viewpoint. Change the perspective. You have that power within that conscious mind. You do. So anyways, on that note, I challenge you to add this to the challenge that we're doing. We started yesterday, the I Am Source Challenge. I challenge you to add this to it for 1 week and see what results come into your reality. Not chasing the results. Let them come in, and they will. So on that note, I'll see you tomorrow.
Awkward.